Next on Worcester News Tonight, the city's first ever community benefit agreement is signed between a nonprofit and the Worcester Labor Coalition. Plus, the first of its kind art show kicks off tonight at the Worcester Pop-Up downtown. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Anna Bottary. The YWCA of Central Massachusetts and Worcester Labor Coalition signed the dotted line for the city's first ever community benefit agreement. The organization will be undergoing significant renovations and expansions to their Worcester location, and the agreement sets guidelines for those who will be working on the project. Our Cam Jandro is live in Worcester tonight. He has more. Cam?
Anna, the YWCA has been here at their Salem Square location since 1961. They say they help 14,000 people every year, and they'll be helping people in a different way by signing that CBA with more livable wages as well as a job opportunity they might not have gotten before. A $24 million renovation is set for the YWCA of Central Massachusetts. The nonprofit and the Worcester Community Labor Coalition signed the city's first ever community benefits agreement Friday.
It's an unbelievable collaboration of everybody in the community and the community partners. The community partners is what it's all about.
The agreement places diversity guidelines for those working on the new project, aiming for more women and people of color. It also ensures a 100% women-led construction team.
Having that perspective, I mean, they're as good as the guys, but they also bring a different perspective to the services that we offer.
According to the YWCA, women make up less than 3% of the construction workforce locally and nationally. The nonprofit says the CBA is just part of their mission to empower women and eliminate racism.
The inclusion of women and the inclusion of people of color who are not really represented that well in the construction trades, we're pushing that. And so we're also setting a precedent.
The project will expand the number of rooms in the YWCA's transitional housing unit, as well as add 10 pre-kindergarten classrooms.
And it means that we will create better, more cost-effective space, up to code, more appropriate for the programs and services.
Now, this was the first CBA, but Mayor Petty's saying they're hoping the city can find something similar when it comes to building the Pawtucket Red Sox Stadium here in Worcester. And that will be the topic of discussion later on next week, and it's a forum hosted by the Worcester Community Labor Coalition. Live in Worcester tonight, I'm Cam Jandro, Worcester News Tonight.
More than 24 local artists' work is on display at Centro's first annual Hispanic Arts Gallery. The exhibit includes work by 28 artists in a variety of media, including watercolor, chalk and oil paintings, and sculptures. Centro's Stephanie Puente says different cultures get together with art and music. They wanted to bring all of the Hispanic art together to show the different ways artists express themselves.
Very impressed with the amount of artists that I found here in Worcester that come from different part of the Latin America and South America, and I think it's very important for Worcester community to know them and find their art and what they really can show us from their country.
The exhibit will be on display now through March 8th. The Grafton Historical Commission is looking to restore a piece of equipment discovered at the town hall. It dates back to 1850. Behind cabinet doors sits a historic Howard and Davis weights and measures scale. In the mid-1800s, Massachusetts gave each town and city this scale to make sure the weights and measures were accurate and standardized throughout the state. Historical Commission member Donald Clark says they want to restore the scale and cabinet and put them on display at the town's new library.
Well, nowadays they don't use this. I mean, this was good in 1840s, 1900s, and up until 1965 this was actually used. So it would be good for people to be aware of how it used to be done.
The Grafton Historical Commission will meet with the Community Preservation Commission February 28th to ask for the $10,000 necessary for the restoration. A fundraiser in the city Sunday will raise money for a high school baseball player battling a rare form of leukemia. 16-year-old Zach Hare is battling AML leukemia for the second time. St. Peter Marian High School is hosting a wiffle ball home run tournament to raise funds for Zach's medical costs. Members of the SPM baseball team say it's about helping one of their friends.
To begin with, but he's the type of kid that's loose and humble at the same time. I mean, he respects everybody on the team, respects the game.
Very, very hard worker. Does a great job getting his reps in and stuff like that. And we just talked about it. I've talked to him a couple times, and it's just a little bit of a bump in the road for him. And we expect him back sooner than later.
Event organizer Daria Liston has 2 sons who play ball with Hare. She says the school is a very tight-knit community.
I think crucial to any time someone's battling cancer is to know there's support and love and hope around them. To just have a member of our family going through this tough time, we just wanted to make sure he knew we were here for him.
Liston says there are more than 100 people signed up to play in the tournament Sunday, which will begin at noon at St. Peter Marian. A surprising sight for a Grafton man who captures 2 bobcats fighting in his backyard. Mass Wildlife says this time of year, central Massachusetts could be seeing some more animal activity. Our Olivia Lemon has the story.
By the cellar door.
Dennis DiTullio shows us a spot where he saw 2 bobcats fighting in his backyard.
We're just having coffee. We heard a bang that came from the cellar. So we looked through that window over there, and we saw 2 bobcats duking it out.
He says it appears the fight may have been territorial. One of the bobcats was much smaller and backed away. DiTullio grabbed his camera to capture the action.
I take wildlife pictures all the time.
DiTullio says he's intrigued by nature, and this isn't the first time he's seen the animal in his backyard.
I've seen bobcats here before. I've been here 20 years, and this is probably my 4th or 5th bobcat sighting.
Mass Wildlife confirms these are 2 bobcats. This is the animal's breeding season, so residents may notice more activity.
I was really excited. That's why I grabbed my camera right away. I didn't approach through the cellar because I wanted them to do their thing and not be disturbed.
Mass Wildlife says bobcats are common but not commonly seen. Their population is rising in New England, especially in residential areas where the animal can find prey like birds, mice, and squirrels.
This is a wildlife corridor back here, and Blackstone Valley is a beautiful place full of wildlife.
That was our Olivia Lemon reporting. A market on Worcester's Main Street is settling allegations with the government. It's been selling uninspected meat to customers. The U.S. Attorney's Office confirms J&W Estate Marketplace was warned 4 times since 2013 over food safety violations. Government surveillance discovered the market was selling products not inspected by the Food and Safety Inspection Service. According to the Telegram, the products in question were beef tripe, smoked catfish, goat meat, and meat pies. In 2016, the same store was also charged with the largest food stamp fraud case in the state. Well, the Massachusetts Authority Board approves its 2019-2023 Comprehensive Financial Plan. As we first reported last night, the 5-year capital program will designate $2.6 billion to fund major projects. The Worcester Regional Airport will receive $43 million. Airport Director Andy Davis says more than $9 million of the capital program funds will be used for improvements to a portion of a runway and to replace the engineered material arresting system.
With 3 different airlines, so a big ticket item is the addition of jet bridges. Currently we have 2 jet bridges, and the terminal is designed to accommodate 4 jet bridges, so we'll be purchasing 2 of those, and they'll be installed in August.
Worcester Regional Airport is never a forgotten entity, I assure you, at Massport. It gets a lot of attention, a lot of investment, and a lot of work to make it continue to grow and become the airport we all expect it to be eventually.
Davis says this will help the airport keep up with other airports in the region and help accommodate all of the travelers out of Worcester. The Worcester County Sheriff's Office holds a special graduation ceremony Friday. The 11 graduates completed an intensive month-long program to begin their road to recovery from opioid addiction. The program is offered to select people in the court system and allows them an alternative to jail. Graduates say it was a tough process to start, but now being sober, it's all worth it.
I need to do it for my son to stay sober, and my son needs me. So, I mean, this OCC works very hard to help you stay sober.
My advice to anybody in this program is if you're going to come in here and not put in the work and not want it, don't worry, you're not going to get it. I feel like I can honestly say that I'm proud of myself and I love myself today.
Nationwide, the percentage of participants who complete similar programs is low. Associate Justice of the Worcester District Court, Michael Allard Mattis, says these graduates should be proud.
Way to go. And it works. The proof is in the pudding today with these tremendous graduates. That's why we show it. I said earlier, it's community corrections, but it's really community cohesion.
The program also offers graduates help getting their high-sit certification and jobs.